Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless and it is love based. We're gonna see your next date, any of the connections, right? I like to lead with that. It could be for my singles, it could be for my committed relationships, all of the connections, and I do have them listed in the description box below. I'm gonna lead though with the intention of kind of like a first impression, first date vibe, just so that my singles don't get buried in the connections that often come through in these readings. That way we can find you guys. So it is timeless. Again, all the labels could be twin flame, soulmate if I didn't say that part. I'm going to hop right into it now. This is the point in the reading in which I verbally describe each pile for those of you that may be visually impaired, or if you simply like to listen to me describe them to make your selection. Pile 1 is the croissant. Pile 2 is the banana bread. Pile 3 is the brioche bun. And then pile 4 is a loaf of whole grain bread. Okay? So I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1. So my croissant rolls. Let's see what your next date is going to be like. I'm going to start with this tarot deck. I have 2 astrology-based oracle decks and a few love-based ones to close this out. So let's get the details of pile 1, my croissant pile. Tell me about their next date. Ooh, that's 2. The Hermit. Okay. So some of you, this may be just a confirmation of energy. It will be after a period of kind of being to yourself, especially those of you that are singles. If you are in a connection, would be after some sort of a break or a pause or some just distance, right? It doesn't have to be drama. It could simply be distance to focus on things that need your attention, right? Like if you and your partner aren't dating, like for example, if you live together but you haven't been on a date in a while, it's not that there's drama, it's just been a while because you've been focused on other things. So I see that, especially since the Hermit is Virgo energy, it is routine. So it's kind of like getting used to being a certain way and doing things a certain way. So almost forgetting about dating. I see that for those of you in committed connections. So kind of like a refreshing of the connection, just to liven things up. Also, when it comes to this Hermit energy, it is, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. It rules attention to detail, acts of service. So I expect the person that you'll be dating to be very attentive, to be very engaged, to be a very good listener, to really bring up topics that pique your interest. This is someone that will be very good communicator, hence the conversations on the date will be very lively. I'm also seeing that in that attention to detail, this is someone that's going to get it spot on as it relates to dates that would be interesting and fun for you. Okay. Themes could be dates that some people would consider boring with this card alone, because like it could be like a library date, like a bookstore, a coffee shop. It could be mundane tasks. It could be like a gym, outdoorsy vibe. Maybe trying like a new vegan restaurant, because Virgo rules, again, acts of service. So it could be community service or something like that, but it also rules health and wellness, right? So in fitness. And so those are things that may bring up, that may surround your next date. And also, with it being Hermit energy, it could be very private, quiet, intimate setting. That's what I see. Okay, lots of energy from this one card coming through. Goodness, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it feels like a weekday date as well. This doesn't feel like weekend energy. Also because like working day-to-day energy, it could be like arts and crafts project, like you know how they have like the paint and sip things. It could be that. just because with the mundane day-to-day energy, it feels like a possible weekday. And then Mercury is like a Wednesday almost. Doesn't have to be specifically a Wednesday. It's just Mercury is like a Wednesday. So those are things surrounding your next day. So let me see what this other card is. That was a lot. This person has a huge attention to detail. Love that for you. So 4 rods. So that's interesting because Hermit is homebody energy. Now, I don't know if maybe part of the day or the whole day. It could be like going over to someone's house to cook, or like it could be like a home setting, because the 4 of Rods talks about a home. It talks about like a new home, usually a new couple entering their home after a union of some sort. And so with home and house here in Hermit, it could be an indoor, inside kind of at someone's house kind of a date. That's why that actually aligns with like that weekday stuff. So it could be your own home if you live with your partner. But it just feels cozy, intimate, very interesting, very fun, but just not very over the top. Now, there's an energy peeking in because I do associate these cards with like marriage and weddings. So I could see your next date. Some of you may actually get engaged on your next date if you've been dating someone. But I also see like your next date could be like possibly a wedding, or a wedding, like a bachelorette party, or I don't know why that came through. Like, I don't know why I don't know what kind of coupling you're in, but like it feels like someone that may be the date, even though that's not normal. That's unconventional in my opinion. So yeah, I could see that for sure. And also 4 rods may be going on a date with someone that is new to town, or you being new to town. Okay, those are the specifics that are coming through for all of you. Remember, these are general messages, so take where you fall and what is resonating for you. So let me get one more. I'll take the bottom. Tell me more about my croissant pile. Let me be nosy and see what this is, and I'll take that one, and then the bottom. So death, strength. So Scorpio and Leo energy here. I'm not going to take them because I don't want to crowd the table, but very sensual energy coming through. I'm not going to lie. And I'm definitely not taking it because I'm not developing it. But just know 8th house, 5th house, lots of fun, joy and pleasure, sensual vibes coming through. So you might, maybe that's why we have that house. It may be an intimate setting, and it may be a situation where it's like, let's be alone after. I could see that for a lot of you with your next date. So let me see what this is. 7 of Blades. That's, yeah, you know what? That's why those cards came out with it, to clarify. It's like that sneaky energy, that subtle, low key. The whole date feels very subtle and low key, but it's like heading somewhere. And you know what I mean by somewhere? I mean that sensual energy that I'm not developing. It's not that kind of video, but this could be like a surprise. Like the date itself might be a surprise. Your person might surprise you, hence the attention to detail with something that you didn't expect, or didn't realize they noticed, or like didn't realize they were actually like listening to you. It feels like you may be a little bit surprised by your person's attention to detail on your next date, or just their intentions, because this is also that low-key intimate energy going home after. Okay, interesting. With the 7 of Blades, it also talks about seeing a different side of someone. So you may see a whole nother side of this person when you have the date with them the next day. Okay, the bottom, we've got the Knight of Elixirs. Yeah, it says fertility tonic, so watch that. But it talks about that energy. Like, this is the Knight. This is the most passionate, I don't want to say passionate, because that kind of is the Knight of Wands. But when it comes to feelings and expression, this is my most feeling Knight, right? So that Knight is very expressive in communicating how they feel and what they desire and their goals, and like the intention with the date. Like, I feel like there may have been secrets, or maybe if this is the first date, you don't know this person very well, so they kind of reveal how they feel, their intentions towards you on this date, this next one. So that's very interesting coming through, very sweet energy. But I will say, your person as the Knight of Elixirs, that is wooing someone, that is pursuit energy, not aggressively so, but just in a, hey, I pay attention, I'm very interested in you, let me show you that I see things you probably didn't even realize I saw. Those are the types of things happening on your next day. Very, very sweet, very, very pure. So let's hop into these other decks. Let me see what's going on with your next date. Tell me more about my croissant. Honestly, I could see this pile actually being at a quaint little bakery. Especially if you've expressed an interest in baking or like sweets and whatnot. I can see that, okay? Let me see. Tell me more about pile one's next date. Because those cards came out originally that I didn't take, I could see your person having Leo or Scorpio placements. Virgo is on the table, but again, that very Knight of Cups, very youthful, fun, romantic energy coming from the person that you'll be having your next date with. Let me see. Wow, let me grab that. That's at an awkward angle. All right. Yang. I just said very passionate, very like someone that's pursuing a romantic, someone that chases romance a little bit. So with that Yang energy, you know, a bit of a masculine feel, but from a perspective of chasing love, chasing romance, chasing you, since you know you're the person they're in pursuit of, right? Fiery energy, because Knights are actually ruled by fire, and with that being cups and water, it's like this person is someone that actively chases their feelings. Like they chase, like they follow their heart, they follow their emotions, and something about you is pulling them in, and they're doing the running towards you thing. Okay, that's why you have Yang. But it says proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. Yeah, this person is 100% someone that is not, I don't know that this person, based on the energy, would even be good at hiding their feelings when it comes to being interested in someone romantically. Like this person only knows how to express that. Even if historically with the Seven of Blades that's not been the case, something about you and dating you specifically, because I don't know how this person carries himself outside of you, right? We're not digging that deep. But when it comes to you, this person's very romantic, very expressive, very passionate. And I feel the need to call that out because Hermit, Four of Rods, and Seven of Blades feels like very practical energy. It feels like someone that may not naturally move from a Knight of Cups perspective. So like, you know, boring, mundane, not saying your person that you'll be dating is boring. It's just something about them feels a bit quiet with the Seven of Blades, like very light on their feet, fading into the background, right? But not when it comes to you with this Yang energy. So that's interesting. Maybe that's the surprise. So at the bottom, you've got the sun. So we had Leo, so lots of sun, solar energy, and even the Yang card here is very solar energy. Notice the sun, okay? Interesting. And it says self-express, embody truth. This is going to be a very honest person, okay? Even when they're being discreet, there's a certain authenticity about this individual that you'll be dating next, or that will be your next date, right? Because it doesn't have to be a next person. It could just be a next date with a person. But yeah, I mean, I love it. It's vibrant, it's passionate, it's expressive. It doesn't feel like there's any questions left. And if you currently have questions, I'm telling you, the Seven of Blades is at the end here, leading into the overview as the Knight of Elixirs. And it's almost like that candlelight is like your person picking up with their attention to detail that maybe you have questions about, like their intentions or how they feel. And I can see them clearing that up very quickly with the Yang and the Sun. Okay, so let me pull from this other deck. It's funny because I've cleansed your decks, and at the bottom you've got a new romantic cycle begins. So yeah, some of you may get some sort of a proposal, because Four of Rods, it kind of rules proposals, and it doesn't have to be as extreme as like marriage. It could just simply be like a, hey, let's go on another date, I'm very interested. It could be, hey, maybe we should be exclusive, you know, like it whatever stage of the connection you are at when you have your next date and with who you have it with. Those will be the types of conversations of taking things to the next level, and this person being very expressive in how they feel. Okay, let me see. Tell me more about pile one. We'll take this in the bottom. Yeah, so it came out in reverse. Communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I heard was Gemini kind of has like an energy, like a two-faced energy. This person, if you've been thinking that or seeing that energy or just feeling that, this person is not that energy. You just haven't had enough time to get to know them, or things have just been unclear due to external circumstances. I'll leave it at that because it could be anything, because this is a general reading. But you know, communication is key. So it feels like this person hasn't been expressing how they feel, especially in the committed connections, and that's leading you to doubt it. And then for those of you where it's brand new, it's like you're trying to figure out if this person's leading with the most genuine intentions. Are they seeking something committed, or are they just looking for something casual? You're kind of up in the air about it. But I'm telling you, next date, you'll get your confirmation, okay? Interesting. That's Gemini energy. So you've got both signs that are ruled by Mercury. So communication is a huge theme in this connection, whatever stage. So just know that your next date, huge themes regarding communication. Loving that energy for you. More Leo, right? Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. So I will say, make sure that if you have questions to ask them directly, that's your message. But also, I feel like those of you where your person's been a bit low key with this Seven of Blades, like hard to understand, to get, to read, to understand all of the things, the next day they're gonna kind of shift their gears and become more open and expressive for whatever reason. I don't know what's leading to that. We didn't get there. Maybe it'll come through, maybe it won't. But I can see them shifting gears if that's the energy of them kind of being a bit detached, or I don't want to say secretive, but beneath the radar, like hard to get a hold of, or just quiet, if that makes sense. It just feels like something's gonna like make them realize like, hey, don't let your pride get out of your way. And the date is gonna be very fun. So I've already got some more specifics just from this energy on the table. I want to say that day-to-day energy is tying in very well with this third house energy. So a local trip. So like whatever it is, it'll be within your local vicinity of your neighborhood with that Four of Rods, yours or theirs, whichever energy you're in. Because this is like a car drive. It's short travels, like a car drive, like a bike, right? Hiking. I mentioned outdoors. Those are the types of things surrounding the next date. And then you also have Leo, lots of powerful, fiery solar energy here. That's fifth house energy of joy and pleasure. Now, I did mention some sensual energy coming through. I can see that slipping in, but I also just feel fun and adventure in general, things that are just naturally fun. Okay, so the whole experience is very fun, very expressive, hence why your person may be opening up a little bit, especially if this is a new connection. They'll be kind of in an element that allows and encourages them to be more expressive, more playful, right? More fun. So I like that. I think that's cute. So let's hop into these love-based oracles and see what else we can get. I've got 3 and we'll close it out. Tell me more about pile 1. Tell me about pile 1's next date. I'm holding it upside down, but that doesn't change anything. I'm gonna put it upright. Well, let's see what's at the bottom. It says, pay attention to the red flags. Some of you are really in your head before I hold the deck the way it's intended to be. Because I'm holding the deck inappropriately, it shows that some of you may be misreading, misinterpreting this person's signals, right? Whether we're talking about current energy, past energy, or like during the date at some point. Okay, there's some miscommunications with communication is key, like something you don't understand. So Spirit is making sure you clarify. If you don't know, don't guess, right? Because you two may have very different communication styles. So just clarify, okay? Like don't just be confused or assume anything with your person, okay? Especially since Hermit, Virgo energy tends to be an overthinking energy, and Gemini in reverse could be the same, right? So, and then also with Gemini ruling the twins, it could be that you two are very different, right? Because twins are on the same page, right? And in reverse, it shows two people that may be opposites in some way. So just don't misinterpret things and let your imagination run wild. Again, don't let your pride get in the way. Just kind of clarify, okay? Express yourself, okay? But yeah, I mean, red flags. You may be making up red flags as it relates to this person. Just know that, okay? Because it's here, it's in reverse, and it shouldn't be because I'm holding the deck wrong. But and then you have separation in reverse. It says time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Some of you think this person is going to break up with you. They are not. You were completely misreading the signals. Others of you, you're thinking this person's going to not want to see you anymore. That's not true. You will be completely misreading the signals. But I'm going to keep that in reverse because separation in reverse, it's like you're misunderstanding all of the cues for whatever reason. Okay, so let me see if I can get more from this deck. Tell me more about pile one's next date. Take it. Yeah, exactly. See, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Don't be prideful and you know what I mean? Like, get wrapped up into yourself and your own feelings and perspective that you lose sight of the fact that this is a person, right, with their own thoughts and experiences and life. So like, don't just assume you know what's going on, okay? Don't just assume you know what someone meant or whatever, because I'm getting those vibes with you and this person, okay? But there are romantic feelings. Should not be a separation, okay? But I want to pull one more from this deck and take the bottom. All right, tell me more about pile one. Tell me about pile one's next date. I actually get some really sweet energy for those of you where this may not be resonating, or even if it is, I still get more sweet energy coming through. I'll pull from this in a second. I clearly need to make this point before that card will come out for me, whatever it won. This is someone that may not be very good at expressing themselves, right? Gemini energy, even though they have an attention to detail, they think very thoroughly and they can act very thoroughly, but their words may not be the best. And like what they want, like one of the things that you'll learn on this next date is how deep their romantic feelings go and how they really want to further the connection, because Four of Rods energy is furthering a connection. Like I said, it's traditionally a couple entering a new home. So this could be someone saying, hey, let's move in together. I mentioned proposals or an exclusivity. Like this is someone that's going to say, hey, I don't want to separate from you ever. So, you know, this is how I feel. All right. So let me get this last card from this deck right here, and we'll take the bottom while I take those other two. Thank you. Healing family issues. It says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. That's why I'm getting like home and house, like going to a house. Some of you may meet the parents pretty soon, okay? That may be the next day, and even not, if not, and it hasn't happened, just know it could be meeting the parents, meeting the family. I am, you know, along with this card being weddings, that Four of Wands, it is also could be family gatherings, right? Like community gatherings, like in a cultural thing or a family thing. So it could be, that could actually be the date, and all of the activities I see could very well just be because it's a lot of fun and it's like family vibes, okay? But definitely the case. Some of you in the next date, this person may express some type of trauma that they have associated with their family and their parents. Like you may go deeper into conversation with learning more about this person, some of their secrets that they've not shared with you before, with the Seven of Blades. Could be especially with this energy of like not knowing what's going on. If your person's kind of pulled back, for those of you in committed connections, or I mean, I guess early stages as well. If the person's pulled back and then they like shoot in with a burst of energy, they'll be like, hey, I was going through some things. I'm not really trying to like break up if you're in a relationship or not see you anymore. I've got stuff, okay? I can see that. And that's why you have don't let pride get in your way. That's them expressing their intimate thoughts and with their personal things, especially if this is like essentially a stranger, like a first, second date kind of individual. But also you like, hey, don't get so wrapped up in yourself and your own ego, right? Because that's ego energy, that you miss out on the fact that like, hey, someone has something else going on in their lives, okay? The bottom, honeymoon. Ooh, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So it could be during some sort of a holiday season. I am also getting, it's ironically enough, I mentioned that Gemini is local energy, and because it's in reverse, some of you very well will be traveling with this person, okay? You'll be on a date with this person, traveling by water, by air, okay? So like it could be local, but like I guess with it in the reverse, this is some international possibly travel for some of you. So just take it as it resonates. But honeymoon is very fun, it's very sensual. It's like it's an energy of an elevated connection. So I am mentioning like whatever the next step is for the two of you, I could see this next date really being it. Because like again, whether it's just a crush, and then they ask you on the date, like the date in and of itself is the first step. I can see that for the very, very early stages. And those of you where it's long term, this person might say, hey, let's buy a home, let's get married, let's have a child with fertility, like something about a next stage. I can see that happening. Okay. But again, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So maybe that's the weekday. Maybe there's a holiday on a weekday for some of you. This is a timeless reading. I'm trying to think of all of the like weekday stuff. So like it doesn't have to be oh gosh, I don't want y'all to come at me crazy in the comments, because like those of you watching this real time, just take it as it resonates. But some of you may be watching this around like Valentine's Day or like St. Patrick's Day, which if you're watching it now, that happened already. So you're like, do not tell me it's going to be a year. I'm not saying that. I'm saying some of you. Okay, so let me pull from this other deck. All right. Could be any holiday that's upcoming. It doesn't have to be like a super popular or mainstream one anyway. Let me see more. Tell me about pile one's next date. Slow down. Ironically enough, I have like an alarm going off to do some things that I've been putting off. So it's like slow down. Just because we want something so bad doesn't mean we have to rush into it. Take a moment to talk with your partner or self to reflect on what is best. And I'm not gonna lie, some of you, this is a don't be hasty in your interpretation of things. Like don't actively seek, we did have red flags earlier. Don't actively seek issues and like flaws in this person. Maybe like something was going on with someone's family. It's like slowing down and just taking space and just taking your time. Some of you, this person may actually say like, hey, let's just slow down. I know I mentioned like a ascension of a connection, but just because that happens doesn't mean that it's fast paced, right? Sorry, I have like a thing in my throat right now. I might be talking a little bit too much for some of these people. But yeah, it basically says like this person could very well say, hey, let's be exclusive, but I want to take things slow as we do that, right? Like, hey, let's get engaged, but let's have a long engagement, right? Like I can see that for some of you because there's some things to sort through, right? There's some things that this person's got to work through, things that they've either been battling privately or that they've slipped away to take care of in some instances, and they really need to focus on those things. So they don't want to separate and they don't want to not communicate, but right now or at the point of the next date, they'll need that, they'll communicate to you that they need to slow down a little bit to handle whatever that is. Okay, interesting. Okay, all right, well let's get more. I'm gonna move that card probably. Well, I don't have to. I can leave it there. It's fine. Devotion. A dedicated partner whose love is unconditional and eternal. So yeah, this is an energy of someone saying, hey, listen, we have to slow down because XYZ. I've got this going on. I need to work on that. could be someone's health, right? But I am still devoted to you. I'm still all in. Like, you know, maybe that's the topic in which the whole need to affirm your place in their life is occurring. It feels like someone's needing to make sure you know they're devoted to you, because while they're slowing down, it's not a backing off. It's just a slowing down. It'll pick back up at some point. Okay, I don't know what the nature of this is. It'll be different for all of you because these are general messages, but let me get one more and I'll take the bottom. And then after that, I'll close it out with the Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle. Tell me more about Pile 1's next date. Look at that. And normally I don't pivot the cards the way I just did to get the bottom, but whatever's at the bottom is at the bottom. Now I have no idea what the other one is. So, but you've got divine union. Okay, congratulations. It's time to celebrate. Both you and your partner have healed and learned the important lessons to allow this union to manifest. Some of you, so much. The letter D may be very much relevant. But some of you, the healing, right? This person, whatever happened or however you handled this person dealing with whatever issues, especially family issues they've been doing, however you handled it, however you supported them throughout it, for those of you that are committed, it's making them reassess the connection and making them realize like you are someone that they want in their life permanently, because like it's for whatever reason they're seeing that as rare to have someone that is committed and devoted in the way that you were throughout whatever process occurred or is occurring. Now, I've also got this is someone expressing, regardless of that situation, the same energy, just in them realizing their feelings, right? They're devoted and they want a divine union with you, right? They see you as their person and they kind of want to slow down and really just take the space to enjoy the connection in some sense. Let's see what else. There's a lot of wedding energy though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, 4 of Rods, divine union could be, I mean, a lot of people get married in like the warm-up season, so I could see that being maybe a wedding date in some instances, because it's spring in real time if you're watching this in real time. So that could be the setting, right? Someone, family member, friend getting married, that could be the date. But also this person just expressing a desire to eventually be with you in terms of marriage and whatnot, because you've got honeymoon on the table as well. So I can't reject all of that. But like I said, 4 of Rods, devotion, divine union, and honeymoon. Okay, beautiful energy. Spiritual awakening. Yeah, it's like this person's wakening up. Awakening. I don't know. I can't even talk. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But like they're awakening to the connection on a deeper level. Like something about the next date, either the date itself will like make this person see you in a different way, or like leading into it, this person's having that realization. Okay, but it says your partner is sensing that there is something profoundly important about this connection, right? Like you're seeming very much so important to them, their life and purpose. Okay, great energy coming through. Yeah, I mean, it feels like this feels like my pile of someone falling in love, right? It feels like regardless of what stage of the connection, I don't know how long you've been with this person or if this is someone you've just met, this is someone that kind of feels themselves falling in love or deeper in love with you. Okay, that is the overall vibe of the next date, and that's why it's so passionate and so attentive and so like gentle and sensual. Like it just feels like that. Okay, so let me close this out with the Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle. Pile 1, tell me about your next date. What is that? Memories. And there was a sensual card that just tried to show itself that we are not taking. Please don't come out. I'm like, please don't come out. Okay. Trying to get a good shuffle, but I'm at an awkward angle. It's gonna be okay. All right, pile 1. Our last message is for you. Tell me about your next date. Could be your crush, current partner. I said no, and here you are. Look at you. I'm gonna take all of those. We'll see what's at the bottom in a second. It's been coming through all reading, and here you go. You just don't take no for an answer, pile one. So, okay, you've got ecstasy. You know what it means. I'm not clarifying, but feeling very good, very happy, very passionate, joy and pleasure energy, fifth house. That's the energy of your next date. You've got yes, it's giving I do. I'm not gonna lie. Memories did come out, but yes is here. Divine union of honeymoon. Like it feels very like loud, right? Like yes. Okay. And some of you I'm hearing say yes. So if this person asks to be exclusive, if this person asks to take things to the next level, like whatever their question, whatever they ask on a date, you're being encouraged to say yes. We do have memories. So memories are at the forefront of the connection. So if this is someone new, the energy that this is giving me is that this person will be reflecting leading up to or even during the date about like you and like how you compare to past connections, to their family members and whatnot. Okay. That's how that applies to those of you where there are no like actual memories. And then you've got love songs. So there may be music and all of the things with this day, but love song is a very pure energy. It talks about communication and love languages and all of the things. Beautiful energy, beautiful energy. There may be a song that they dedicate to you, very, very sweet. And you have friends first. So this is someone you're gonna have a lot of fun with on a date. So like first date vibes. This is someone that will wanna take things slow, get to know you. They can see the potential. They'll let you know up front, like, hey, I see us going all the way, but let's just really get to know each other and enjoy the experience of getting to know each other. I can see that for those of you where it's brand new. Some of you, this may very well be a proposal. I'm not gonna lie. Like those of you in committed connections, I don't mean to ruin it if it's a surprise. I see engagement, like so many cards here we've talked about. And like, but it just, right? Like it just feels like, remember this, like playing like a song that may be important to your connection. Like, remember you two were friends. Like, I just, you know, I can see that being the case. Right. And then like the hidden, the lack of communication, like people sneaking around, like it's sneaky because it's a surprise. Right. Interesting. So I'm not gonna drag it out any further. Okay, but like I said, it will be about like mentioning that energy of being close, being friends, and that foundation of friendship and your connection before I just want to wrap up that point. So that is all I have for you today, Pile One. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile two, my banana bread pile. You got a lot going on already, so let's just get into it. First of all, there's a song, a really, really old song that was super popular back in the day that like started playing in my head as I started cleansing. That song, Call Me Maybe, it was all over the place, and it's like those songs that get stuck in your head. So I feel like the person that you'll be on your next day with, regardless of stage, you will be all up in their head, constantly on their mind. But I'm not gonna lie, because that song, that Call Me Maybe song is like playing immediately in my head, it feels like this will be a dominantly crush energy. And even if it's not, that means that whatever stage of connection, your person had the hugest crush on you before they got with you, okay? And you've also got this amethyst that like throwing itself out, so like a shard of an amethyst. I don't know why I heard broken glass. Somebody broke something at some point, but like that wanted to be there. And I got like Neptune and water like throwing itself out. What else was going on at the point? Oh, and it was also 4:44 when I started this reading, and I said that at 1 minute and 11 seconds of recording. So something about you, this connection, and this next day, there's just so much happening right now. I've got lots of attention to detail as well, because I'm not usually, I mean, I guess I am, but for your pile, there's all kinds of things happening. So let's hop right into it. I've got this tarot deck, and I have 2 astrology-based oracle decks to clarify, as well as some love-based oracle decks. I will close it out with my Twin Flame Soulmate oracle. So tell me about the next date that pile 2, my banana bread pile, will have, whether it is crush, current partner, whoever they are dating. Let's see. That's a lot. Okay, and that was fast, right? Okay, so 2 major arcanas as well. So you've got the World, the closing of a cycle, ending of something, end of an era, something complete. I don't know why I'm being dramatic like that, but that is it. Like, it's closing something up, okay? And that's what has to happen, I'm gonna say, leading into the day, or that it will be the topic, right, of conversation on that next day, right? End of an era. And I say that because you got Temperance, okay? It's about alchemy. It's about balancing things out, right? Like, if something's not working, closing out the cycle, and then figuring out what the next steps are. And this card is ruled by Sagittarius, right? The sign of expansion, right? Now, 9th house energy of like higher knowledge, higher education, higher spiritual ascension, right? Traveling, so it could be about travel. Some of you, because of the nature of this energy, that your next date will be one of traveling, right? Especially those of you in long distance connections, right? The World is like traveling the world, and then, you know, Sagittarius is like, let's get on this plane and go. Okay, interesting. And these 2 in conjunction feel like exploring something new, right? It doesn't have to be actually like traveling across the world, even though some of you could be. It feels like exploring something new and foreign to the both of you, like learning a new, it could be as simple as a new hobby, right? Taking like a cute little cooking class or an arts class, something like that, or exploring a part of your city that you've never done. Like, it just feels like an exploration, something learning and growing and evolution based. That's going to be the huge themes surrounding your next date. And whatever it will be, it will either be very monumental in your life, the experience itself, or the connection, because you've got 2 major arcana cards that are huge, especially since, you know, the one that is Temperance. While the card itself talks about moderation, Sagittarius is about expansion and growing. Okay, beautiful. I guess I want to see what's at the bottom. 8 of Coins. Yeah, it definitely may be some sort of an activity. 8 of Coins is like working, building, and I say that at 4 minutes and 44 seconds. I don't know what's going on with your pile. That's crazy. But 8 of Coins is growing, it's working, it's building, it's projects, it's hobbies, it's doing something successfully. Like, it's working hard, but like with a goal in mind, right? Like, you don't mind the effort. You actually enjoy the process because you can see the end goal. I don't think I'm gonna pull another one. I think I'm gonna roll with what I have. I heard just the 2 of us. It's funny. So like maybe just the 2 of you. But yeah, it just feels like projects and activities and like working towards something. And I feel like that may actually be a topic of conversation on your next date, of like what you 2 are working towards, where you're growing, how you can grow and expand together. I see very interesting conversations in this next date, because you 2 may have lots of, you 2 may be very cultured in and of yourselves. But even if you aren't, whatever you have knowledge about and they have knowledge about, like, you'll be bouncing off of one another, right? Picking each other's brains like this card. And it would just be like so much, like you're going to learn so much in that date as well as them, that you'll want to keep the conversation going. Like, 8 of Coins feels like Energizer Bunny, like a date that kind of goes well beyond the time you plan. So you 2 may like end super late, or like spend the whole day together unintentionally. Like, it just feels like realizing you 2 work, right? Realizing you 2 work, and that you 2 work together well. Okay, interesting. So let me pull from these astrology-based oracle decks and get more information. I'm hearing you're someone I could travel the world with. I could see that being this pile. That's how you two feel. So even if this isn't like a traveling energy, it feels like this is someone you will eventually do a lot of traveling and exploring with, because that seems to be the vibe of the connection and what is the bond you two seem to be cultivating in your next date. So let's see. Tell me about pile 2. Tell me about their next date. That was smooth. Look at that. That's crazy. I'm telling you, so many synchronicities in this pile. So if you are not a Sagittarius and you are not dating a Sagittarius, you two are just, you feel like a Sagittarius couple. Even if you're not a couple yet, it just feels like the energy, like always down to go, explore, learn, try new things, try new restaurants. When something new in town opens, you're like the first ones ready to try it out. Like that's kind of the energy. And that may be the theme surrounding your next date in and of itself. But yeah, that Sagittarius energy coming through, optimism, exploration, and freedom. That's crazy that that card came out. At the bottom, you've got Venus, okay? Give and receive love. Find value and see beauty, right? So Venus rules Taurus and Libra, right? Those are the signs of beauty, love, like material items, partnerships. Like this is the planet that rules all of those things, that sensual energy. Like this is the planet that rules like romantic relationships, right? And all of the things that are nice, right? Like this is a date. And I'm gonna say this pile seems to be more experience-based. And look, the sun's like coming out more as I am doing this pile. Hopefully it's not throwing it off too bad, but yeah, it's like brightening right now. And I feel like this is my pile of people that goes on like really nice dates with this person, just really fun things. In some instance, even the finer things like the expensive dates. Like this pile just feels ready to go. Interesting. So your person, honestly, it feels like your person likes dates. Not necessarily dating casually, because it doesn't feel that way, but like this person likes conversations, and this actually feels like someone that is seeking a partner that they can travel with. Okay? Let me see. I think you can still see good. Yeah, let's see more. Let me get more from this other deck, and I've got 3 love decks I want to pull from after this. Tell me more about pile 2. Tell me about pile 2's next date. The question where are we headed might actually come up with all of this expansion. Yeah, exactly. You've got new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. Right? So go, go, go. It's all about identity and self. So this is a tell me about yourself. Let me tell you about myself energy. So some of you, it could be a first date. I did get heavy crush energy at the beginning, but it's like, this is someone like really acting. So taking the steps to make something happen, making plans, but also could mean that the date in and of itself is very physical. Could be sensual, could be that energy, but we're not going to develop it. But it just feels like, you know, moving around, traveling, activity-based with that 8 of coins, building something, working on something, learning something. Beautiful. So let's see what's at the bottom. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Yeah, community, social, collective energy. So with Aquarius here, it talks about unique and different things. So you two may be like that indie couple, right? Like it feels like a very indie date, like the word hipster used to be popular. Like that's kind of the dating style, like a sweet spot in town, like a low-key restaurant that may not be super popular, but like it's like critically acclaimed and not that many people know about it, and like the food's really good and authentic, especially if it's from like some type of culture that is not some type of culture that is foreign to the region that it's in. Those are the types of dates I'm getting. Okay, love that. Also networking and just community in general though with Aquarius, but definitely shocks, surprises, and unique things like the planet Uranus. Okay, some of you may have met online, and with bring love into the situation, this person's gonna be very expressive in that, and in their feelings, and with the care they take with the date, and like just expressing, like you'll definitely see this person's interest and where it's headed. Definitely. So let me see. Let's see what the love decks have to say. Tell me about pile 2, my banana bread pile. Tell me what's going on their next date. Their next date with their crush, their partner, their spouse. Tell me about it. That's crazy. So if you wanted pile 1, go for it. I did feel some similarities, but you've got Venus and then you've got honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. It talks about that traveling energy though. Again, this is someone that may be the topic of conversation. You two may go to like a little indie spot and be like, hey, we should travel to this country. Like if you're eating Thai food, they'd be like, hey, let's go to Thailand. You know what I mean? Like, so I could see your person being that energy, and that, like, honestly, some of you, the date could be like, oh, we love this experience. Let's go be even more authentic and try to learn the language and the culture. Like I can see that for a lot of you here. Let me see more from this deck. I think I want a total of 3, so I want 2 more. Tell me more about pile 2. Tell me about pile 2's next date. Okay, so yeah, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So this is someone that will praise you on the date. They love how accomplished you are in of itself. Whatever projects you work on, whatever hobbies you have, whatever reading you do, studying you do, they love the way you act. I can hear this person saying, I like how you move. Okay? Like, I like how you move. That's kind of the energy for your person. Like, would bring your love into the situation. Like, this person loves the way you network and interact with other people. And like, that's like a topic. Like they love how you've got your own stuff, your own goals, your old projects. And that seems to be something that's very, very important to this person as they're dating. And I say that because like right now, someone on the other side of the building is cutting grass. Yeah. So hopefully you can't hear it, but I can hear it. But that is that working, right? 8 of coins energy. What is this? That is wanting reconciliation. Some of you, this is someone coming back, but I'm not going to take it. But some of you, it's someone coming back. Okay. Let me get my last card. There it is. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So some of you, and I feel like I might have tapped onto it, and if I didn't say it, I meant to, but we'll say it now. This is a religious thing, okay? So when it comes to dating, if you're not that outside traveling in the streets couple, some of you are bonding and connecting on religion, right? With you know, Sagittarius, that is spiritual knowledge and gaining, right? Ascension and whatnot. And so trusting and faith, some of you are gonna bond by faith, right? The work you do in alignment with your faith. And that will be the nature of the date. Like, it literally could be going to whatever religious home, or some of you may travel to a location that is very key to your spiritual or religious beliefs, or plan that with this person. Could be like literally going to church, like a church date and then brunch after. I just feel like some of you, especially those of you that are a lot more inside and low key, it's the spirituality that is connecting you to, right? Excited to find someone that shares your same spiritual beliefs at the capacity that you, because like some people that are very religious are looking for other people that are very religious as well, right? And you know, I could see that being difficult in this day and age for those individuals. So yeah, I mean, that's beautiful if this is happening. If that's you, you're very led by faith and your religion. Especially if you're single, the next person you date, if you don't have anybody in sight, just know it will be someone that shares that with you. So you don't have to worry. Okay, keep an open mind. Okay, well, hold on. Look at me. I'm like, I do see that for some of you, by the way, but still with keep an open mind, it says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And I love how my cards want to call me a liar as I am making one point. But again, there's always polarity. So while there's those of you that will bond over your like-minded nature and your religion, some of you are going to bond over the opposite. It may be interesting, it may be scary at first, you may be very different, you may learn more about each other's cultures, right? Sagittarius is other people's cultures, whereas Gemini is local, familiar energy. Sagittarius is exploration, right? Hence why that card says that. So learning about someone that's new and different from you, hence maybe the travel. You two may discuss traveling to one another's homelands if you're both from countries or places that are very different, like so that you can show them and they can show you. Could be that, actually could be the next date, or could be plans you guys are making. Because I feel like this is not a next date. This is we're going to be dating. We have all of these experiences we want to share pile. It's beautiful. Like I said, there was a lot of synchronicities at the beginning, so it makes sense. But keep an open mind is very much Sagittarius energy and Aquarius, right? Because Aquarius is shocks. It is things that are unconventional and different from what you were expecting, and Sagittarius is exploration and expansion. So lots of differences here, but in a good way, in a growing way, in a way that works with the 8 of coins. Okay. All right. With the reason why I paused is because love yourself first, leading into trust with keep an open mind as the overview. It says, and honestly, even bring love into the situation. It feels like don't limit yourself. Don't hold back out of fear of people, things, experiences that may be different. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Look at you, pile 2. All right. I've got this deck. And then after this one, I'll close it out with that Twin Flames Soulmate Oracle. So let me see. Banana bread pile. Tell me about your next date. Honestly, some of you literally, these cards that are here say that like the date may be something that you don't expect and you need to keep an open mind. Like this person may not, especially if it's new, they may not know you very well. So they may take you somewhere or to try experience something out of your comfort zone, right? And Spirit says to bring love into the situation. Be open, keep an open mind. Don't like ruin something that could be good because you're closed-minded, right? If this person takes you somewhere or to do something that, you know, is unfamiliar to you, or in a setting that is unfamiliar to you. Look at that. See, explore. This is like so much Sagittarius energy coming through. Explore, right? Take a ride and explore new scenery or each other's thoughts. What did I say? Right? Picking each other's brains, learning so much about one another, learning about different things and experiences, right? Especially if you do have very unique hobbies that are very different from one another, that contrast. Like you may open them up to something they didn't know existed and vice versa. But don't, you know, keep an open mind and don't freak out if you end up in a setting that you're not used to, because again, that's what Spirit wants for you to do. Take action. Spirit wants you to actually allow, just roll with it. Don't freak out and get scared or uncomfortable, or you know what I mean? How people get when they're in unfamiliar territory. Okay, let me see. You get 2 more. Tell me more about pile 2. Well, all right, let me get to this. It's in an awkward position. Like, let me scoot back and stand up and do all kinds of things. So this person may actually, especially if this is like some outdoorsy physical things and you're not necessarily that kind of a person, this person's like, let's do this. Let's go climb. And you're like, climb? The only thing I'm climbing is into bed. Okay. Some of you, I heard that. That's funny, but like, just keep an open mind. But it does say listen and reflect, right? Like pay attention to what this person's actually saying to you and asking of you, and make sure you're interpreting appropriate, right? Appropriately. Oh goodness, I'm like getting my words jumbled. But it says sometimes what a person needs is not a wise mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. And I'm not gonna lie, with keep an open mind and bring love into the situation, some of you are super judgy. And I feel like this card literally is saying, do not be judgmental, right? Like sometimes what a person needs is not a wise mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. Like don't be super judgmental, especially if this person confides in you on the next date. Like don't be super nitpicky and judgy. Interesting. Some of you, I'll see what that is in a second. Listen and Reflect talks about observing your surroundings and really just learning and listening and evolving. Like when you're in unfamiliar territory, if you're listening to music that is different, foreign to you, eating foods that are unique, like it talks about really being in the moment and really enjoying it and embracing it and like listening, reflecting, and just owning, like I hope I make sense, like just owning the moment, right? Like just being there. And also in some instances, like don't try to take over or take control. Allow this person to lead you through this experience, especially if we're talking about like their actual like culture or hobbies. Like let them lead. Don't try to like correct them or lead them on things that you may not necessarily understand. I don't know why that's coming through, but definitely just keep that in mind, okay? But yeah, exciting news. Ooh, okay, it says good news is coming your way, whether it be a pregnancy, an engagement, or moving in together. Get excited to celebrate, okay? That's interesting. Letter E may be relevant. At the bottom, you've got emotional support. Yep. Letter E may be relevant. It says now is the time to check in with your emotions and your partner's thoughts and feelings. I can put that here. So it just feels like with emotional support, it doesn't seem like it's all of these feelings like in a deep way. It just feels like being there and supportive of the person, right? Like listening, reflecting, not trying to take control in settings where like if you're being brought into the date, like this person's taking you somewhere, they're taking you to experience something, making sure that you allow them to lead. I don't know why that's relevant. I don't know why that's important, but in this next date, just make sure you know that, okay? And be open-minded. And if you have a tendency to have an attitude, bring love into the situation and whatnot. Like Spirit is calling for you to dial it back. Interesting. Didn't expect that energy to come through, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. But if you're like a stick in the mud, I'm not judging you, pile two. It's okay. Just know this person is not, and they like to do exciting things. And while it may not, doesn't have to be specific to their culture, they may just love enjoying things that are unique and different and eccentric, right? Like they may have that indie, like I said that word, like that hipster energy. And so when they do those things, like they care, like they're passionate about it. So to insult that is to insult them. Just know that. All right, let's close it out, because I'm hoping I see more about this exciting news. Something about exciting news. Some of you on this next date, this person's gonna share exciting news. What is this? Why is this here? Look at what that is slipping in this deck. How did you get here? What is that? Playful. Okay, well, it's playful with the watermelon. That may be relevant. There is a pile that has watermelon in one of the readings. Maybe you need to pick that pile. Maybe that reading is calling you, but that should not have been there. So some of you got some sensual energy slipping in to the pile. Interesting. Some of you may run into someone that you didn't expect while on a date with this person. Interesting. I don't want that. Tell me more about pile 2. Tell me about their next date. All right. Romance. Red is a color. Like this is, some of you, I keep coming because you're coming from old readings. You remember exactly which piles you pick, and others of you are just new and you haven't picked piles for other readings yet, and Spirit says go back, right? Go back to whatever the watermelon. There is a who's watching you video up that is roses to select. Go ahead and select that red rose if you feel called to, but romance. Your next date's gonna be very romantic. if you allow it to be, because some of you are gonna like be really ungrateful and spirit's trying to stop you. Interesting. I could actually see your person giving you flowers on your date with this card. Tell me more about Pile 2's next date. Red is definitely a color. Let me grab this card. All right, and this actually fell in reverse, but this is, here's that red flower, red feather, and there's another reading on my channel where there's like a cardinal, so that may be your pile. I don't know why all of this is coming through for you, but you have flighty, okay, in reverse. So we're saying, one, don't be flighty, and two, your next date, this person is not going to be flighty. It's funny because as spirit is telling you just to mind your energy and manners, it doesn't seem like it's turning this person off. This person seems to be up for a challenge. They're very open-minded. Like they're not easily turned off of things and people. So because they've decided that they want to be with you and that they want to pursue you, like the way you behave, unless you be completely chaotic, still wouldn't turn them off as long as it's not consistent. They're not flighty at all. This is a very committed individual. They're very into romance. They like romancing the one person, okay? Let me get one more. All right. Passion. Okay, well that energy was there because I don't know where that other card, how that card got in this deck, but it was here, and here we are with passion. Okay, and this, all of the cards in this deck are not red, so red is a huge thing, that root chakra. But passion, lots of passion. This person's going to be very passionate just in general, but definitely the case as it relates to you and your date and your connection. See what's at the bottom and close it out. Memories. Okay, making memories, reminiscing about things. And memories doesn't have to be memories they share with you, because this pile does have connections that are like that, like committed connections or connections that have existed for a while, but this is predominantly a fresh energy pile. This person, part of that expansion and getting to know you is you two sharing memories of one another, like talking about things and how things made you feel in the past. Like, it doesn't have to be super sad or emotional in a negative way, but just like, oh, like I remember when I was growing up, this happened, like one time, like for example, if you're getting ice cream, you're like, oh, I remember one time we were getting ice cream as kids and blah, 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 like the whole story, and you two laugh and it's fun, and like you're connecting with flighty in reverse. Lots of, very interesting. And I can see this specific date being one of your key memories with this person over time, okay? So that is all I have for you today, Pile 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, Pile 3. Let's see if you selected the brioche bun. Let's see your reading. We're gonna see your next date. Could be a crush, could be your current partner, future spouse, all of the things that people select these piles, all of the labels associated with your perspective, okay? So I've got this tarot deck I'm gonna pull from, and then I'll clarify with those 2 astrology-based oracle decks. And I also have some love-based decks, including the Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle that I will pull from at the end. So let's see, tell me about your next date. Interesting. I'm not gonna take those, but they did slip out. Sorry if I'm like throwing hair into like the table, but I'm not gonna take these. But I will say that I don't know why I gave it a good shuffle. I'm gonna give it even more of a good shuffle. If you were called to Pile 2, go for it. But I'm not gonna lie, even though these 2 cards came out, the meaning here feels like your next date will definitely be with someone that you know, right? Like Temperance is a kind of a moderating energy. With it being in reverse, it feels almost stuck. The World is a cycle that has not been completed. And then Sagittarius is all about expansion. And with Sagittarius in reverse, it's like No, you're not expanding, you're not moving on or whatever the stuff. Okay, so let me get some really good shuffles so I can get different cards. I'm not even gonna lie, in me splitting the deck here, you are with Justice, which is a connection, like a committed connection, formal connection. So some of you, this is your current partner, but I just want to make it clear that for a lot of you, this is someone that you're actually thinking of already or have thought of. Okay, I actually feel like this is my one pile that is coming into the reading with someone already in mind, and your confirmation is that this is likely them. For those of you where like there's been like some sense of a relationship. Okay, let me keep getting the good shuffle. Alrighty. Let's go. Pile 3. Tell me about your next date. 9 of coins. So, I don't know why some of you needed the confirmation that your person's that you're going to be dating next is single, but yeah, this is someone that is single. But it also feels like even though this is someone you know, I don't know why this is relevant. You take it how it resonates. It's letting me know, the reader, that you, my pile 3, are single on this date. So if this is someone that you have a history with, you may be rekindling. This may be your ex, or this may be someone that you tried dating, it didn't work out. Like, it just feels like you are very in your power and very independent and single. And if you're not single, you're still very independent and in your power with like some heavy boundaries, because you have your own here. Like, this is a I don't need anybody energy. Okay, don't know why that is here, but we'll keep pulling cards and see. So tell me, what is that? The Sun. I'll take it. You got the Sun, King of Looks. I'll take the Sun. That's Leo energy, personality. I do feel like Leo is independent energy, very much so. It's like the star, like standing out energy, someone that is very certain. Sure, yellow may be a relevant color since you have both cards that are yellow, but let me pull one more. We'll take the bottom. All right. 2 of coins. So juggling talks about balancing. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like, I did hear specifically, some of you, your next date will be while you are single and dating around. Like you will be dating more than one person, not necessarily in a relationship. It's just showing that you're single and you're exploring your options. Okay, I see that. But also juggling talks about, honestly, it could be a festival, it could be a carnival, but it feels entertainment based. And honestly, 5th house rules entertainment. It's joy and pleasure. So like, could be a concert, all of the stuff. It could be a performance of some kind. Okay, interesting. I actually heard the words, it's something you could have just done yourself, but you like this person, so you went. I don't know why that energy is coming through that way. Okay, you've got Judgment. Okay, so this is a decision time, right? It feels like you're entertaining someone potentially just with the decision in mind. Like, you're going to make a decision based on this next date, whether you're going to take this person back if it's an ex, whether you're going to proceed with the connection. Like, this next date seems to be like the energy of what happens, right? Because the Judgment talks about a decision that is made, and once it's made, you can never go back, right? So it doesn't matter whether we're evolving a connection. Like, if this is a friend, it's like, okay, well, this date that you have, it changes the dynamic forever. Like I said, a crush is like, now that you've engaged a crush, it changes everything forever. Just something about this date, it's no going back after this. Okay, let me see what's going on. I got these astrology based oracle cards I'm going to pull from. Some of you that know not going back, some of you may have like a hyper independent streak. Like, some of you have a really single like thing, okay? A thing about being single, because Two of Coins and juggling talks about balancing self versus others, but it also talks about like two people coming together and just like harmonizing their worlds. And like with Judgment, you're making it like either you or your person is like making it a huge thing, like possibly like a commitment, because like so used to being in that Nine of Coins energy, but enjoying someone else, that like you're like, let me figure out how to juggle this, right? Like could be fear of commitment and intimacy I'm getting. But the date's very fun, very passionate, but it's like, okay, at this point, when do you stop just dating? I get that. So let's see what this card has to say. Yeah, the sun's shining brightly. And it is a very cloudy day, by the way. Like I'm looking and like I see very black clouds. Interesting. But house 3, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. So yeah, communication is a huge theme. This is Gemini, Mercury energy, thinking, strategizing, planning. It feels like on this date, it's like a communicating. I don't say now or never, but I heard those words. Like, where are you going to go with this? Are you going to keep dating for fun, casually? Because the sun, house 5 energy of casual romance and casual dating, like romance for the sake of fun and pleasure. Like, are you going to be a little more serious, right? You've got the 2 birds that are communicating and just talking and planning and like juggling, right? Where you two are headed and how you two fit together materially. Okay. See what's at the bottom. Well, I'll take what's at the bottom, but I'll also take this card that wants to be. You've got yin. There was a pile that was yang. So they may be like complementary piles, but it says intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. I'm feeling like yin and yang, like you two kind of make like a good, healthy match. So it's like you're very independent on your own, like you and your person, but you two are very strong together with the 2 coins, like, right? 2 coins, juggling, and then yin yang, right? Moon and sun, right? Because there's actually a moon and a sun here, and there's a sun there. All right, what's at the bottom? Saturn. Feel restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work, and patience. Serious conversations. Okay, that's what it is. Like the next date feels very serious. It's fun, but it's very serious. It talks about the tangibles, the concrete, the judgment, the decision, like, you know what I mean? The labels. Like this may be the date in which you two discuss labels. And I know that makes people uncomfortable, especially when you're not really in an energy of being committed to anyone or anything, but that just feels like the theme. So whether that's you, your partner, like the person you're dating, or the both of you, it feels a bit scary and nerve-wracking, because you two are talking about like how it works, how you juggle one another. Okay. Okay. So let me see what else I can get from this other astrology oracle deck. Commitment. Judgment and Saturn is straight up commitment. New start is coming. Yeah, definitely if this is your ex, it's like, okay, can we go again? Like that's the energy. Or like, can we restart if this is someone you've already dated? Like, some of you, it isn't an ex, it's just someone that you know, have a history with. A new start is coming. Could be someone you lost contact with a while back, but a new start is coming with new moon, like a new beginning. Some of you I'm hearing actually after you've established yourselves. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, this person's feeling like it's the right moment, it's the right time. Or it could be you feeling this way, because this pile actually feels very, very mutual, in an energy of like you're both having these thoughts and energies surrounding the date. Some of you, this person feels lucky just to be in the room with you. Like, I don't know what happened, but this person feels so lucky that you're giving them a shot at this date. So I don't know what they did, or if they just feel like you're out of their league with this Nine of Coins sun energy, but they just feel like you like maybe you've been hard to get with Saturn, like, but they can't even believe with Judgment that you actually said yes, that you're going. Okay, so they're really pumped about it. So let me see what's going on. Tell me more about the next date that pile 3 is gonna have. Two cards. Sorry, I don't mean to knock you. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay. So honestly, I feel like this is kind of like open-minded energy. So Spirit's saying like just, just let it happen how it's gonna happen for you. But also this person may have a tendency to try to control things, right? And in this instance, they may have actually asked you on a whim thinking you'd say no. And they were like, oh my gosh, they actually said yes. Let me just get myself together because I can't believe pile 3 is actually gonna actually date me or give me this shot or start over, right? Attraction. It says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So just be open and receptive in the moment, right? Allow this situation to unfold naturally and you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Right. What I'm hearing is let go of control issues. It's like, especially if there's a history, like don't cling to the history. Don't worry about the baggage. Just kind of step into the energy with an open mind and open heart, right? With a new start, like, or don't go. Okay. So let's see. Let me get my last card from this deck and I've got 2 more. There we go. I'll take the bottom in a second. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So some of you, this is actually really cute. Your next date will be with someone that like relies on their friends. Like they may actually talk to you through their friends or reach out to you through friends, or the date will be orchestrated with friends. As in, like, for example, like if someone has a friend that like has like their own restaurant, well, they'll take you to that restaurant or whatever and make sure you have the best experience there. Or like if this person has like an in with a certain club or entertainment, right, like concert, they'll use that connection to get them like the best VIP experience to really impress you. I can see that, right? Them trying to work very hard with the Saturn to prove like that like they're worth the trouble. I'm getting hoarse, so I don't know. I'm losing my voice. Like some of you may have so much fun you lose your voice, or they may have a very raspy voice. Could be you, or maybe it's been so much talking and conversation, especially if you've been on the outs, like arguments, that it's like you don't even want to talk about it anymore. But like that's just the energy coming through. Okay, that is the energy. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. What is that? Let me see. So, some of you, if this is an ex, I'll get to it if it's not. If it's an ex, Spirit is kind of warning you. If you see signs that this person has not changed, make sure, like, enjoy the date, let go of control, like, enjoy yourself or whatever. But like, if you start seeing that side of that person that led to the falling out, that's your indicator that it's not gonna work. Okay, that'll be the deal breaker in the judgment. You'll see signs of this person being the way that they were, and you're like, nope, not gonna do it. And some of you, even either before, during, after the date, your friends are gonna be like, listen, that's on you, pile 3, if you want to go down that road again, right? And they'll be kind of right in some instances. Now, if you do not have a history with this person, Spirit is saying still to kind of be mindful and cognizant of some of the red flags, okay, that may present themselves with this person. Okay, like if you're on a date and you notice things that they do or their behaviors or certain things they say that you don't particularly care for, don't really like make a huge deal about it, but keep it at the back of your mind, right? Like that could be a potential hardship down the line. It could become what eventually leads to the end of the connection down the line. That's just what I'm seeing, okay? In the negative instances. So just know that there's some things that you may not really like about this person and their personality, okay? Could be their friends. I'm not even gonna lie. You might not like the friends. It may very well be the friends that you don't like, in some instances. So just be mindful of that energy. I'm gonna pull from this other deck though. Let me see. Tell me more about pile 3 and this date, this next date with this person. Some of you, Spirit is saying, ask your friends for advice. Some of you may be creating drama where there isn't none. Like, you may be a little bit nitpicky. You're so independent and used to doing things a certain way and so used to being on your own, like trying to control things, that like you're creating incompatibilities where it's not really there. Others of you, that's this person's energy. They're so used to controlling things and being independent and on their own without considering other people. Like, some of those things are gonna like present themselves on this next date, and Spirit says to just pay attention to it, okay? Not saying it's a deal breaker, but could be where there's a lack of balance, right, with that 2 of coins. All right, tell me more about pile 3. Tell me about pile 3's next date. I think it's interesting that you have all of this yellow, and then like I have this yellow candle lit. It says refresh. Some of you, it is a refresher. Some of you, the next date will be after releasing someone else. Others of you, this next date will be the last with this person, because it's like you're gonna nip it, right? And with luck on your side, it could be you dodging a bullet, okay, with this person. Magnetic souls. Your sacred souls are instantly drawn towards each other. So there's always a polarity. Some of you, you will get the red flags. That will be the deal breaker, and that will be the end forever with this person. Others of you, you'll have a rekindling of some sort. It could be your ex. If it's not, it feels like something will happen that will make you two closer together, because I do pay attention to, I read red flags card as something that is blatantly obvious. In the shadow sense, it's like a red flag, like it's in your face, like don't you ignore that. That's going to be a problem down the line. But in its positive sense, it's like it's painfully obvious that you two are really a good match, and that you two would do well together long term with Saturn. Okay, so just pay attention. I'm not going to clarify, because there's no way you miss it. If you miss it, then you just needed to live that lesson, because it's either a red flag in a negative way, or it's very clear that this is like a connection that's going to work. There's no, like, you'll know. Okay, let me pull 2 more. Tell me more about pile 3, please. Pile 3's next date. Thank you. Friends are very relevant here. Well, we're not going to develop that energy, but that's some sensual energy. It says sensual energy can be used to reconnect, let your bodies release some tension, and enjoy pleasure. So I'm not going to lie. Some of you, this person's friends might let the cat out of the bag in some of the more negative instances. Either this person's friends are going to help you, or your friend, somebody's a friend, an ally that lets you know the tea on this person in their negative sense, that's like, let me let that go. Or someone's going to speak very highly of this person. I don't know why that came out with that. That's not relevant. So someone's going to speak very highly of this person, and you'll know, okay, yeah, I've got someone here that I could see something with, right? Potential. But this energy here is that 5th house energy of joy and pleasure. So I could see that being, or maybe it could be this person's sensual history that may come to the light, whether it's the lack thereof or a dominance of. Either way, just some information coming out, or you two discussing it, or you two acting out this energy. Okay, let me see. I want one more and I'll take the bottom. Yeah, okay. This person's gonna go for it. So, and that may be the deal breaker. You may not want to, or maybe you do. That may be the deal breaker, but this person's gonna go for it with make a move, right? The time is now. Someone is planning to take action, or it's time for you to make the move. Now, it doesn't have to be just making a move sensually, right? Because I do see very much so that this next date, this person is gonna make a sensual move, but it just means like making a move towards you. When this is like crush energy, this person's gonna go for it. Just go all out, all in. Letter M may be relevant. Letters are very relevant for these piles. Forgive and heal. As you forgive and heal, your love life becomes brighter and healthier. So whether that is you letting go of this person after it's clear at the end of this date, or you accepting this person and realizing that it's worth another shot, or it's worth pursuing for the first time, for those of you where it's new, releasing your past is gonna be key. Okay? And honestly, I feel like those of you where this is a past connection, like an ex, like you may, because everything isn't like white and black, right? Like there's not always hot and cold. I feel like some of you may see some red flags from this person, right? You'll forgive and heal, and you'll move forward, and you'll work on your shadow aspects together. Now, that said, there is always that extreme where it's just so chaotic and you're like, this person hasn't changed, this person's, I'm not doing it, and you let it go. And then you forgive and heal for the next connection, right? So it could be any of those things. Like I said, find yourself in the reading. These are general messages. So I'm going to close this out with the Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle. Tell me about pile 3. Tell me about their next date. Yeah, it definitely feels like some fun, some excitement, like doing something like social, and then this person wanting to finish this privately. Okay. That's why you have luck is on your side, because this person wants, I'll take all of that. This person wants to get lucky in some sense. I'll take the bottom in a second. These 2, 3 will get to them in a minute. Yellow is a huge theme, so it's like honey and bees, but you've got lasting love and sweet honey. So most of you here, even though that red flags energy is there, I still feel like the dominant energy is a very positive one, right? Lasting love and sweet honey, right? Look at all this golden energy, because actually, yeah, I think those rings are golden. At least they are in our lighting. So sweet honey and lasting love, like that's the energy of your next. But again, you do have sensual healing, magnetic souls, and make a move. So what are these? Attraction, shifting gears, and no. So here's the thing. Because of the placement of no, I feel, and I'm not even trying to be funny, I feel like the no is a no to letting go. And that I'm not gonna lie, as a reader, I don't like that, because I don't like to say that, but it's like, it's what I see. I see that the no is you're not gonna move on from this person. Like some of you are gonna overlook whatever flaws. We all have flaws, so that's not the problem. But some of you are really gonna go for it again, against your better judgment, quote unquote. Because like some of you are gonna be like, I should not be going there with this person again, but here we are. But you won't regret it though. In the end, you'll be like, I am self-sabotaging. I don't love myself. I can't believe I'm going there again with this person. And then lasting love, sweet honey. So like the judgment card, like it actually worked out in the best way. So down the line, you'll end up feeling very lucky that you forgive and heal and move forward. Okay, definitely don't take these messages and like allow it to push you in a direction that you don't want to go in, that you wouldn't go in, especially something that may be chaotic and toxic. Like just let that go. But again, I'm saying like some of you, you're gonna be vibing. That's why it says, sorry, I don't mean to knock you, let go of control issues and just allow yourself to be like attracted. I don't know why that is coming through like that. But again, attraction again, 2 times with that sensual energy. And it's like shifting gears. And then no, it's like, no, don't shift gears. And shifting gears would be any shifts you were looking to make. So if you were looking to leave this connection behind, it's like, no. If you were, some of you, and I say some of you, a lot of you, this is a message to kind of do the opposite of what, I don't want to say your common sense says, but like logical mind with house 3 and let go control issues, it's like, okay, there's an attraction here. So if you're feeling like you should try again with this person and like you're looking like, so I don't even know how to describe this. This is chaotic. So like if you were looking, whatever the shift in gears was that you were looking to make, the answer is no. So like if you were like, you know what, I'm not worried about it, forget this person, I'm gonna leave them alone, and then the opportunity presents themselves, it's like, no, don't pivot and move away from the person, move towards them against what you were gonna do. And then others of you, you're like, I'm gonna shift gears and I'm gonna try again with that person. Like you were already having it on your mind prior to this person reaching out, or prior to the date, you had it on your mind that you wanted to be with this person. Spirit is saying, don't you change, like do whatever. I don't know how to describe this energy. You know what I'm trying to say. You feel it in your soul, okay? You have heartbreak. Exactly. So let me put this here and close this out. So goodness, pile 3, you're gonna be that pile. So lasting love with sweet honey came out together. Okay, now I'm seeing, because of that, with attraction, shifting gears, and no, it's like if you try to move beyond that connection, it's not gonna work out. It's gonna end in heartbreak. Some of you, this is juicy, you're going to date someone, hence the options that I got at the beginning. It's all coming together. I love it. You're gonna try to date somebody else, especially those of you that are like trying to get over the ex or just trying to move on. It's not going to work out. That date's not going to work out because you have unfinished business with the ex, okay, or person, I don't know. But also, yeah, that's why you have that. That's why you have attraction and shifting gears. Like your heart is elsewhere. So it's not even going to work. And then there's likely red flags with the connection anyway, along with your attachment to someone else. That's why it's going to end up in heartbreak if you proceed with it, because it was already led with a place of shifting gears, right? And that's why I've got that energy, because I am getting like 2 people, like you dating more than one person, or you're dating someone and thinking of someone else. All right, pile 3. Well, listen, you do what you want to do. I am just giving you messages to help you. Hopefully it did, and hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 4. I did not mean to shake the stand as I was turning on your reading, but maybe this person will come in like shaking the table, like chaotic. I don't know, but maybe it'll just be an exciting date. But we're gonna just take a look right now and just see your next date. Could be a crush, current partner, all of the labels that we put in the description box, all of the things that you associate with your connections, okay, your romantic connections. So you picked the whole grain loaf, a whole loaf. So I don't know what that's all about, but maybe it'll be relevant. Let's start pulling from this tarot deck. I do have 2 astrology-based oracle decks, as well as some love-based ones, including that last one that I'll pull from, the Twin Flame Soulmates Oracle. All right, so let me get one more good shuffle and we'll hop right into it. I almost want to call you pile 2, but You know, if you felt called to that reading, then go for it. If not, no pressure. We'll get what we need here. So pile 4, tell me about your next date. For whatever reason, your cards are wanting to be in my hand. So we'll see. Let me see what this is, and I'll keep shuffling. The Emperor, like right in the grasp, right in your hand. This is someone that's gonna like take charge, take the lead, and just go for it. Especially if we're talking about incoming energy, like a crush, someone that is going to ask you on a first date. Like they're just gonna go for it. That's why everything was shaking when I started to film your pile. But yeah, definitely that Aries first house, very confident energy, right? Mars, dominant, okay? That is how your person's gonna come in, right, with your next date. So even if this is a current connection, there's something about your person, they're gonna just have a certain emperor-esque energy, okay? All right. Okay, like I didn't want to wait for a card to jump out. Like it's like take it, right? Like it's like seizing an opportunity. That's the energy here. So let me see more about your next date. What is that? Queen of Elixirs, beauty potion. Yeah, so this is someone that will see you as very attractive. It's not about gender. It's about like the energy of your next date. Like someone's going to be very much in pursuit, right? Of someone that they seem to be, that they consider to be very much beautiful. Okay. And that seems to be an overall theme surrounding the next date that you have. Whether that is you pursuing someone that you consider to be very beautiful, or this person pursuing you because they consider you to be very beautiful. Okay, but there is an emperor here chasing a queen of elixirs, right? Watching a queen of elixirs with that beauty potion. Okay, tell me more about pile 3's next date. Where is it? There it is. Give me a second. Let me grab that. All right. The moon. Interesting. So this is Pisces energy. It can be Cancer as well. I read it as both. But the mysteries, mysterious energy, emotions and feelings. But 12th house themes of those aspects of yourself that you can't quite put your finger on. And so this, something about one or both of you is going to come across as like very, very mysterious. I'm going to lead with you being that mysterious one, pile 4, because that's just how this person's going to see you, right? That's why they're in that emperor mode and just kind of in pursuit of that queen of elixirs, that moon, right? Like I must know this person, right? I need to get to know this person on a deeper level. You've got the page of coins. So a very practical approach. Like this is someone, because the page of pentacles, it is an offer, right? It is an offer. It is actually youthful energy. So it's like childlike energy, hence the little child on the card. But like your person, if they are very dominantly an emperor naturally, when they, I don't know why I'm getting that, when they ask you and on the next date with you, they'll be very childlike, very shy, like a little kid. And if your person is naturally like childlike, then they'll be very emperor-esque on the date. So whichever personality you normally get from this person, just know that that's the dynamic I'm seeing. But again, pages are messengers. Very practical messenger here with the coin. So this is someone that's not going to play around. They're not going to chit chat and just drag out the conversation. They're going to ask you directly on the date. So this is all prequel to the date. I don't know why, but it is. It's prequel to the date. This person's not going to like play around on your phone. They're going to just be like, let's go out. Okay, that's straight up the energy. They're not going to waste any time with the emperor, but they're also not gonna just throw something together. It'll be a very well planned out nice date, right? With the page of pentacles, it'll be something nice, a good experience, possibly steps to it. Like it might be like dinner and a movie, or like an activity then dinner, like, you know what I mean? Like something that makes sense, like a nice plan, something that is logistically makes sense logistically. I don't know why that's relevant. Like, for example, if it's a rainy, this person's going to plan, like, okay, if it rains, this is what we're going to do. But if it's a nice day, this is what we're going to do. Like, that's the energy I'm getting for your next date and how this person's going to come across. Interesting. Could be a beach date, though, with the moon. That's water. Or a pool, okay? Let me see. Tell me more about Pile 4's next date. Opposition. Ready for whatever. That's interesting. Imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. Some of you, your person might actually take you to like a contact sport. Like, it could be a sporting event, because I was gonna say like the fight, like mixed martial arts, MMA, boxing. They may take you in, especially if you're interested in that. They'll take you there, but I could also see it being like sports, like a competition with opposition. Like, it could be something sports themed. That's why you have that Emperor. Okay, I can see that. Interesting. And also, opposition feels like competition from them. Like, this is the person that is very competitive as it relates to you, and like, you'll kind of see that side of them on the date. Like, they'll be like a little bit territorial, and like, they're like, Pile 4 is with me. I know that's the beauty potion. Like, I know that Pile 4 is the queen of elixirs, the moon, but like, back off. That's kind of the energy I'm getting, okay? Let's see this at the bottom. Mutable, surrender, fluidity, welcoming change. And the mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. I'm pointing the wrong card, but yeah, all of those are mutable. So adaptives. This is a person that opposition, ready for whatever. Like that, both of these cards confirm that energy of like, okay, so listen, this is what we're gonna, okay, Pile 4. So we're gonna go outside, we're gonna go to the beach, we're gonna do this. But if it rains, I've got to back up. This is what we're gonna do. I feel like that's the next date you're gonna have with this person. They'll be ready for whatever can go down. Oh, it's gonna rain. Like, oh, we're already out here and it's starting to rain here. I've already got you a poncho. Like, that's the date. I think that's cute. So let's see more energy. Tell me more about Pile 4 and their next dates. Mutable energy, those are those signs in seasons. So look at that timeline there. You may have a date during could be around a full moon or some major moon phase, but it feels like the end of a season. So those signs all happen at the end of a season. So the end of spring, end of summer, end of winter, right? I left out fall, so maybe some of you are not happening. Maybe it's not happening in the fall. I don't know, but just ends of seasons for all of you. I'm seeing. Interesting. Okay. I had something else, but I lost it. Tell me more about Pile 4 and their next date. Multifaceted. So mutable energy. Oh, I was saying the end of something, not just the end of a season, but the conclusion of something. So you may, this person may have a date, or could be at the end of the, like a later date, like evening date at the end of the day, but like watching something close, watching something finish, those types of things. And also watching the change over, the shift of something. Tell me in the comments what I'm picking up on. I say that generally because it may be such a wide variety of things it could be for all of you. But tell me what that shift and changes when it happens. Okay. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. There's so much jealousy in this pile. I don't even know what's happening. Your next date, there's gonna be some drama. I'm so sorry, but I don't think it's gonna be super chaotic, but it feels like your person's like having to like mark their territory. I don't know if you run into somebody else that's interested. I don't know if like someone like is just disrespectful and doesn't recognize that you two are in that space together. But like your commitment's being tested, the Emperor, like opposition, it feels like your person's like, listen, I've already said what I've said. You might want to move on. Like, that's the kind of energy coming through. Don't let pride get in your way with full moon in Leo. What is happening? Let me see. So I will say, at least like this is the house of joy and pleasure, so it is fun, right? Entertainment. Some of you could really honestly could just be drama, like maybe you went to go see like a very dramatic play or show or movie. That could be the drama, right? And I did mention like the competition factor of like sports and whatnot, so that could just be like, some of you, that's just the setting of the date. It's not drama like your person like having to tell people to back off. It is like the setting you're in is competitive by nature. That is the date. Okay, like, so like I said, sports, all of the things. And don't let pride get in your way, and your commitment is being tested. There's a message there that I'm not quite getting. I don't know if this date is like the shift, the transition of the connection of you two becoming exclusive or not, and you trying to figure out if that's what you're gonna do, right? Like, are you two dating, or are you two showing up as a couple? Like, because right, your commitment is being tested, and don't let pride get in your way. If you're questioning whether or not you want to be with this person at the point of this next date, maybe try to start working on now. If this is someone you already like have in your mind, we'll start working through that now. Because there's some confusion here that I'm not understanding why. Tell me more about pile 4's next date. Okay, got 2. I'll take another one after that because I want 3. It's calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. This is going to be that card that's face down is going to be relevant to that, so that might clarify that for me. But you're calling your soulmate. This person's going to be like a dream come true. They may tell you that they've been like praying for you, manifesting someone like you, like they think you're the whole package, they think you're so great, all of the stuff. You do have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Because this came out with don't let pride get in your way, like if you're the type that doesn't really like public displays of affection, your person's very touchy-feely with the Emperor, and like they find you very like they're a feeler with the moon. Like this person likes to express themselves. They like to express that you are there. It's like calling your soulmate also talks about like a kind of like a public display, right? Like making it very clear to everyone around that you two are together. So that's a contrasting energy to you. Spirit's asking for you to be a bit more mutable, like because not saying you have to be touchy-feely and over the top in a way that's out of character for you or makes you uncomfortable, but don't like brush your person off. You know what I mean? Don't let like pride get in your way. Like don't be so stuck up, okay? Because that may give this person the wrong impression. So maybe like communicate like that you don't like public displays of affection, because your person's gonna take it as like rejection, okay? If that's what happens, okay? Especially if you're in this really exciting environment, I could see why you wouldn't want to be like caked up, all like touchy-feely, like you're trying to enjoy whatever show or like activity is going on, and it's like this person's like all up in your face. You know, I get it, but like just be mindful of your energy. And express yourself in a way that doesn't make them feel like you just don't want to be seen with them, don't want to claim them in public, all of the stuff, right? Engagement. You've got your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Exactly. Especially if you two are like stepping out as a couple very early on, like for the first time possibly. This person's going to be like, so what? Like, are you embarrassed to me? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, even if that's not a thing, it's just someone's touchy-feely here and the other's not. And then you have reconciliation, especially if this is an ex. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And here is the drama. Okay, so some of you, that energy that I was picking up on exists, and that's why we've got a fourth card, because I only wanted 3. You have an ex that may pop up while you're on this date or while you're in the setting with this person, and that may be the clash of your ex feeling away and your person not caring, right? A bit of a clash in dominant personality types. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Yeah, like some of you, especially if there is drama, it's your ex, like possibly even trying to shoot their shot in front of your date in some instances. Like, oh my gosh, Power 4 is my person, like in deciding to express themselves in the wrong moment with your commitment is being tested. So if you have that ex that is like that, then you already know, okay? And then don't let pride get in your way. Don't get easily embarrassed. Stand your ground, right? Like, don't engage in drama or egg it on, but maintain your boundaries. Like, maybe, like, depending on the situation, make it very clear to that person that you've moved forward. I don't know. Some of you, I don't know what setting this is where you're going to be in this environment, but like I said, this is just a heads up to be prepared, okay? So, let me see. Oh, and engagement talks about definitely stepping out as a couple, possibly for the first time or early on in the connection. And some of you, this already is an ex, right? Like, this is already an ex that you're getting back together with, a la reconciliation, forgiving and learning. And the combative energy might be people, right? Or people whispering, or you being embarrassed that you took this person back and not really wanting to be in public with them. I don't judge. We don't judge here. We just read the energy. Let me see. Tell me more about Power 4. Tell me about Power 4's next date. Don't let pride get in the way. It says don't act stuck up to the point where you don't enjoy yourself. So those of you where there's not all of this drama, because even if it's their ex or even if it's a new person, doesn't matter. Don't be so prissy with beauty potion, right? And that Leo energy that like you can't enjoy the stuff. Because it's a very active setting. Devotion. A dedicated partner whose love is unconditional and eternal. Yeah, this person's going to be very clear in their devotion to you. They're going to feel very devoted, and they'll tell you that, okay? Like, this is someone that kind of worships the ground you walk on with beauty potion. Like, they make it very clear on this next date, like how much that is the case, okay? Let me get 2 more. Tell me more about Power 4's next date. Slipping into my hand again. So let's see. Annoyance. Yeah, something annoying may happen. Or maybe the date is annoying. Maybe it's not something you wanted to do. It's something they wanted to do, right? But it says you or your partner may be annoyed right now. Give each other space to cool off to avoid more arguments. Your commitment is being tested. And it could very well just be your attention that you're calling, that you get. Like, one of you may get a lot of attention with this Leo energy, and like it makes the other jealous. Let's get one more. Just be mindful, because I do see a bit of an argument with you and your person with that. Your commitment is being tested and annoyance. But forgiving and learning is a sign that, like, oh yeah, especially with opposition, right? It'll be fine. So let me see. You got 4 is a huge number, because like I said, that is your pile, but you also have 4 cards from each of the love decks so far. So let's see what that is. Law of attraction. So calling in your soulmate and law of attraction, it's all about manifesting. So this could be someone you're manifesting or someone that's manifested you, but I could see the law of attraction being relevant in the date. So maybe you talk about it, or maybe this person just expressed like, I've always wanted someone just like you. Maybe that's the conversation. But it does say we attract what we are. Use the law of attraction to manifest your perfect match by being the perfect match to yourself first. So again, this person is going to talk about how You're their perfect match. They feel like you're the one. Something is a clash though, even in that. You've got exciting news. I don't know what that's all about. There's a lot going on. Your date is very, very loud. Good news is coming your way, whether it be a pregnancy, an engagement, or moving in together. Get excited to celebrate. So if you're like at some type of sporting event or whatever, the team's gonna win. Okay, the team you're rooting for is gonna win. So I don't like someone won. Okay, and I don't know why that's relevant, but just know that. And then, yeah, I don't know. Something's going to come out. I'm getting like very hot and cold energy. I don't know if it's that opposition, but it's like opposition, commitment is being tested, some prideful energy and annoyance, and then exciting news. So if you're the jealous one, it feels like you're going to get your confirmation that your person's devoted to you and you don't have to be worried about it. There's no competition. And then it could also be the opposite. It could be you in a setting a firm boundary with other people, and your person realizing like, oh, powerful really is looking to be exclusive with me, right? Okay. So safe place. Yeah, someone's going to feel very safe and comfortable after a test, like a bit of a test, like a bit of a tiff that is annoying, but it will lead to some very positive news. Okay, safe place. There's nothing like being able to let your guard down and know that you are protected by your partner's love. Also, whoever is that dominant, very masculine energy coming through, that Martian energy from the Emperor, is very much a protector. And I feel like in this next date, someone's gonna really be showcasing that energy, right? Someone's gonna feel very safe, whether emotionally, but I also see physically safe in some instances. Okay. Like I can see some instances of someone setting a physical boundary. Not necessarily violent, but like a physical boundary. Okay? So let me close this out with the Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle. Pile 4, my loudest pile. Tell me about your next date. Ending. Okay. Could be the end of being single, could be the end of a lot of things. That's a very vague. Okay, no, that's not okay. So I'll see what that is, because ending is gonna be clarified by that card since it wants to fall. But I was like, is it the end of like being single, end of the connection? No. Okay. No. And then you've got separate. What is happening? Okay. Let me see what's at the bottom. Wings of love. Okay. Actually, that came out when I said the end of being single. Some of you. This is going, I have to pull more. I will. Because I'm not even gonna lie, wings of love feels like just flying away. Some of you are gonna just agree that it is what it is. You're looking to be single. You're not looking to be with this person, or you want to slow things down. But ending, no, and separate. Like someone's getting a hard no. Okay. Let me pull more. Tell me more. I am so confused by this card that I just fell. It's on the floor. I'll get it in a second. But like, don't let pride get in your way. It feels like someone being very, very hard to get and someone having to chase. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I'm getting. Like I'm getting that. That's what this confusion is that I couldn't quite put my finger on. I'm still, like I said, some of you it is what it is. It's not gonna work out. Like with this person that you're going to be on the next date with. It's just, it is what it is, okay? Let me get this card. Because it is incoming energy. Okay, of loveness. Some of you want to pick another pile. Y'all do this to me all the time. That's why it's confusing me, because the energy is, there's conflicting energies, because some of you are on a date with someone that you're not really invested in. And that might be the drama, is you might be invested in this ex. And it just, right? Because love nest incoming is, it's like a very committed, comfortable situation. It's like it takes a while to nest. It takes a while to build a nest, right? Like possibly someone you already have kids with in some instances. It's like if you are already connected to someone in a serious way and you're like trying to do something else, like you're going against what you naturally want, right? Especially if you're on break with somebody or you broke up with somebody, right? Your commitment is being tested and you'll get back with them. And that's why the date's not working out, because you're not on the date with them in some instances. Others of you, you're on the date with your person, like your ex, and you're not separating. You're going to decide to not separate or to get back together or whatever, especially after some time of drama. Let me get 2 more. Yeah, sweet like honey. This came out in another pile. So you got sweet honey. So it's like after the drama, and this doesn't have to be an ex. This actually could very well still be new crush energy, right? Like it could be like you're dating, like you're on a first date, something happens weird, awkward that you don't like, that this person doesn't like, but you try again and it works better. Let me see. You get 1. Okay, 2 more. I'll take the bottom. So these 2 came out together, divine timing and family. Like I said, if you got an ex, especially someone you already have kids and nest with, and like you're trying to feel, Spirit's saying like it's just a matter of time before you put your family back together, right? And then that's why if you're dating other people or dating someone currently, the next day may not go that well, okay? And then also, I feel like some of you may have a chaotic date, like the next date, whether it was first, second, third, whatever the date is, it's just gonna feel not right. But then you'll reconnect with this person and it'll actually end up being someone that you actually like start a family with. That's interesting. So don't let your pride get in the way. Like don't think you're too good to try again with someone. Or like give someone a chance, like forgive and learn, right? And then retreat. That's space. So some of you, exactly. So this is Spirit making sure that I'm not unsure of myself, because yes, it's coming out. Exactly what I'm saying. Some of you, this next date may not go very well. Okay, it's loud, there's a lot of noise. It had potential to be good. It probably started off good and then it ended badly. After a bit of space with this person, right? Like it's not the ending, right? Just a little bit of a separation. That actually makes sense now. These 3, right? It's like ending, no, just a temporary, separation. You 2 kind of, after a little bit of time, come into contact again and work on the stuff. I don't really like reading that like that, but that I'm not gonna lie, it is what it is. So that's how it's coming through for you, Pile 4. All right. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, even if it's awkward and it doesn't work out at first, it feels like Aaliyah, dust yourself off and try again. All right. So that is all I have for you today, Pile 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.